What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. And yeah, I'm coming on here again, banging on Kamala Harris. No pun intended. Because they deserve it. They deserve it. Because I know good and goddamn well that if the Democrats won, they'll still be partying like it's 1999 a week later from Election Day. So, and there's still things that are coming out that need to be discussed, including this. I'm glad that this came out because this confirms all of the reservations that we've had about the Democratic Party, about her campaign, and how they took the black vote for granted. They've been taking the black vote for granted for decades, and it has caught up with them because more and more people, black people, are starting to catch on. Okay, so what am I talking about? So this was reported scantily over the internet over the last couple of days, but it started picking up steam. And I saw this on MSN.com. Politico talked about this, and this is where I'm reading it from. Harris campaign rejected Black Caucus's $10 million outreach proposal to undecided black voters. Kamala Harris presidential campaign rejected an offer in late summer to spend millions to persuade and turn out black voters, a group that Donald Trump made significant inroads with on his way to returning to the presidency. The Congressional Black Caucus brought the Harris campaign a $10 million plan in September to mobilize undecided black voters in key swing states, according to a memo viewed by Politico. It was a move that the campaign ultimately rebuffed, according to two people familiar with the matter who were granted anonymity to discuss private conversations. In a memo dated September 16th, the Black Caucus approached the campaign about a project dubbed the Freedom and Opportunity Tour, a bus tour. First of all, that name just sounds straight from goddamn 1963, Dr. King, uh, We Shall Overcome. No disparagement to Dr. King or that group, but this is who leads us supposedly in Congress. These fossils, like Jim Clyburn here, who's been in the House of Representatives for like 500 years. The only thing he's known for is kissing white Democrats' ass and holding some weak ass fish fry. And being very condescending and arrogant to his black constituency, in particular the younger black constituency. These are the people who lead the Black Congressional Congress. The same Black Congressional Congress that voted for the crime bill that disproportionately put black men in prison versus their other racial counterparts. Yeah, that guy. But anyway, the goal of the Freedom and Opportunity Bus Tour was to target and mobilize black voters who remained on the fence about the candidates with less than 50 days left before Election Day. It called for $1.5 million for a bus tour that would deploy Black Caucus members, because we all know that that's going to drive out voters. Listening to a bunch of 75-year-old career politicians who ain't done ish for you, try to talk you into going out and voting for somebody who is another career politician who ain't done nothing and already said they ain't doing nothing for black folks. Yeah, that's really what's going to work. But anyway, these sorry asses was going to go to key states and another $8.3 million for a pair of social action groups, Let It Resound and Rolling Sea Action Fund. Mm-hmm. How out of touch are these people that focus on battleground House districts that had a black voting population of at least 8%. That bus tour would have been a 12-stop stretch across critical background states that Trump ultimately won: Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, North Carolina, Nevada, and Arizona. It also called for stops in Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District, which Harris ultimately carried. It is not clear why the Harris campaign rejected the proposal. Campaign officials did not immediately respond to a request for comment. She rejected it because they didn't care. And that just goes to show you the overall importance of black voters to the Democratic Party. Black men and black women, the three biggest constituencies this election as far as voting for Kamala Harris. Black women voted 92% to 7 for Kamala Harris, with 1% going for third-party candidates. Next biggest constituency was Jews. Jews voted 79% to 21% for Kamala Harris. Although, interestingly enough, Orthodox Jews voted 95 to 5 for Trump. Third biggest constituency, black men. 78% voted for Kamala Harris. I think something around 21%, I think, voted for Trump, 1% third party. And that 21% is the best that a Republican has done with black men since Richard Nixon in 1960. Now, could this tour have ebbed into those numbers, made those numbers ebb, I guess, on the side of Trump? Maybe. But to be honest with you, $10 million is nothing. 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 Remember, this campaign reportedly amassed $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion with a B, billion. $10 million would have been a drop in the hat, and they didn't even approve that. But it's been reported they did approve paying Beyonce $10 million and Lizzo $3 million and Eminem $2 million and Oprah $1 million and Megan Thee Stallion $3 million. So listening to black voters' concerns, going to black voters and listening to our concerns do not interest them. But because they think that we are led by celebrities, Malcolm X warned about this 60-something years ago. He warned about this. It continues. They trotted out celebrities thinking that we're idiots. They trotted out celebrities who they paid. It wasn't even genuine. We could see through the phoniness. Hell, wasn't Cardi B complaining about the Biden economy like last year or something? So we could see through it. They think we're all stupid. And this is the thing. At the end of the day, an overwhelming majority of black Americans did vote for Kamala Harris, but not in the margins that they are accustomed to, because the Democratic Party has become privileged. They've become privileged in the fact that they think that they just own the black vote and they have to do nothing for it. And if you voice your opposition to the Democratic Party, they take their paid operatives and try to browbeat you and shame you into supporting their candidates and their party. This time, it did not work. And the numbers show that it's starting to ebb. There's a bit of a realignment beginning. I don't know if this is permanent. I don't know if it's just a one-time phenomenon with Donald Trump, or whether this is the beginnings of a new alignment politically. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I do know this. The Democrats are full of shit. I've been saying they've been full of shit. Anybody that knows me know I got credentials on this. I've been saying the Democratic Party has been full of crap since I was in high school. And it's gotten worse. If you learn the history of the two parties, both of them are full of it, racist. And the Democrats' racist past goes back further than the Republicans. This is what happened, you know what I'm saying? Someone like myself and others, we didn't vote for Trump because we don't like what they're selling. I think Trump is a racist. I know for some reason people think I'm a Trump supporter, but hey, people gonna think what they want to think, because they're trained to think there's only two options, Coca, Pepsi models. I didn't vote for Trump because I think Trump's a racist, but you can vote for who you want to vote for. I damn sure wasn't gonna vote for Kamala Harris. I voted third party. Some people chose to, as they put it, as my boy LB put it, They chose to slouch on the couch. You know, they didn't vote at all. And to be honest with you, I don't blame those people. Until the Democratic Party, when it pertains to African Americans, begin to listen to our concerns and begin to, it's not even about even particularly even issues all the time, even though we don't have at least a hate crime bill protecting us, which is ridiculous since we've been the biggest by far victims of hate crimes in this country in its history. We don't have any reparation plan. They refuse to even look into it. They bullcrap us. They've been looking at a study for 40 something years. You know what I'm saying? They're damn near looking at that study since I was, crapping in my drawers. Well, my diapers, I meant. I might be crapping in my drawers about 40 years from now, but people are wising up to it, man. And at the end of the day, they got nobody to blame. They can have all this money to spend on celebrities and show and bluster and froth. So much so they got in debt, but they couldn't take 10 million of that. Let me do some calculations right quick. They couldn't even take 10 million of 1.4 billion and invest it in black voters. That 10 million would have been 0.7% of funding of this, not funding, of that war chest they were sitting on. 0.7%. Meanwhile, they went in debt paying celebrities. They probably went up as far as paying the celebrities, the events. Man, that stuff probably cost $200 million minimum. $200 million. But they couldn't take 10 million of that pot and invest in black voters. You want me to support this party? Kiss my ass.